I like frogs. In fact, I like frogs so much that I made frogs my career. Whether it was breeding them, being them, or studying them in the wild, I'm a little bit of a frog fanatic. We detect frogs by searching for them at night, installing audio recorders, or by creating specialized traps. And there is one material in the biologist toolkit that is indispensable for detecting frogs: PVC pipes. PVC pipes are widely used in the biological sciences. Their standard form, material, and low cost makes them suitable for a variety of uses. This PVC pipe can of course be used for plumbing, but it can also be used as a weatherproof housing for a sensor system or as a trap, as will be shown here. There are more sustainable materials you can use other than PVC, bamboo being a top choice. However, it is hard to discount the ubiquity and ease of access of PVC pipes, because it's not just a pipe. It's an amazing and powerful tool that we human beings have harnessed and molded into a multitude of fantastic uses. Our collective ingenuity, creativity, and gumptive potential are all held within this cylindrical plastic tube. Every round inch of PVC has the potential for thousands of uses. We, the human species, provide to tens of thousands of hardware stores and ultimately reaching millions of homes and impacting billions of lives. This isn't just a PVC pipe, it is a symbol. It is a symbol that we human beings can overcome anything with the tools around us. We don't need to rely on multi-million dollar corporations selling you $300 fancy frog capturing kits. No, we can go down to Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware or that spot behind 7-Eleven and make our own frog traps. So how do we make them into traps? Well, I've partnered with the Goldberry Grove to conduct PVC trap surveys for frogs on their property. In this video, we're going to cover the design phase of our PVC pipe traps, cover a few challenges that we had to solve, and ultimately show you how we actually designed the perfect frog PVC trap. Let's back up a second. What are we actually doing here? The Goldberry Grove is a 20-acre farm in West Virginia that is starting an agroforestry operation on the property. The Grove has a vested interest in monitoring their biodiversity. In fact, they really want to see how it changes over time as they implement this agroforestry system. And so that's where I come in. My specialty has been ecological monitoring and detecting and monitoring species. Now, in the long term, we plan to have a suite of ecological and environmental sensors, but we have to start somewhere. And when you look at everything, it almost always pays to go back to a low-tech solution like PVC pipes. But why are PVC pipes an effective trap in the first place? Wildlife traps encompass any number of devices used to detect or capture wildlife. For our purposes, we're using non-lethal traps such as cameras, audio recorders, nets, pitfalls, or creating artificial refugia. When designing our traps, we design them for the target species. The target species is the individual species or a group of species that we intend to capture. So we design the traps that incorporate their behavior, their life history traits, or other variables that we can use in order to, well, capture them. Generally speaking, a good trap will limit the capture of non-target species. Non-target species being the ones that we don't intend to capture. So if we're trying to capture frogs, but a snake gets into the tube, the frog would be our target species, and the snake would be our non-target species. Best case scenario, a non-target species in the trap will just take up the space for a target species. However, in the worst case of scenarios, injury can occur to non-target species and also target species if the trap is not properly designed. So the plan is pretty simple. We need to design our traps to account for the biology of our target species, the tree frogs, while also incorporating design features so that we do not capture our non-target species. Now, right off the shelf, a PVC pipe is actually a great tool for capturing frogs. Tree frogs tend to hide away during the day, and they typically do so inside of logs or crevices. These areas are protected from predators, but also tend to retain heat and moisture, two things that tree frogs need in order to live. A PVC pipe will attempt to recreate that habitat, making this an artificial refugia. The sturdy walls of the PVC will retain both heat and moisture. Additionally, they come in a variety of sizes for a variety of frogs. They can also be cut to size and modified according to your specific project specifications. Luckily, there is a large library of literature on how to create PVC traps. For our purposes, we are going to be referencing Glorioso and Waddell 2014, which is a great review paper of PVC pipe traps for frog studies. The paper goes pretty in-depth on different modifications to the standard white PVC. For example, you can have different colors, different lengths, different diameters, thicknesses, different materials, and also ways to modify the PVC pipes, such as adding a cap on the bottom or drain holes. From that literature review, we made a few decisions. Our first was to set up two different sizes of pipes, inch and inch and a half. This way we have a way to compare which our frogs actually prefer. We cut all of our pipes down to 60 centimeters, which was a pretty standard length in the literature. Once we had that, we set out the first 30 pipes around a pond. We used stakes that were made from a downed white oak in order to secure them. Now, those pond pipes will certainly capture a few frogs. However, if we really want to capture tree frogs, we're going to have to put our pipes up in the trees. There are a few more modifications we need to make in order to hang these up on the trees. Now, lab members have already received a full lesson set discussing the rationale behind our design choices, as well as a full step-by-step assembly and instruction guide. You can find all that information down in the link below. But with that ad break out of the way, let's cut to an ad. Hi, Dylan here with the FrogPipe. You're gonna find a frog every time you look in this pipe. Now, a regular PVC pipe, you get a frog, what happens? Boom, it just falls right on through. Not with the FrogPipe. You see, we have a cap system. Frog goes in, frog stays in the tube. This is for the swamp, it's for the forest, it's for the field, it's for the pond. Every single frog pipe can hold 20 times its weight in frogs. Look at this, it just does the work. Why do you want to work twice as hard? Every frog pipe comes with built-in drain holes. You get 15 centimeters of water, but don't worry, it's never gonna overfill. It's never gonna come out the top because we got the drain. And what happens whenever you need to get rid of it? Well, you just pop the cap. Made in garages. You know the garages make good things. Now check this out. Every single frog pipe has holes right in the top. What do we do with those? All we do is we feed a line through, bang. You can hang up 1 pipe, 2 pipe, 3 pipe, 4. Start with a few, you can always add more. You may be wondering, what is this black line for? Well, let me tell you. Small mammals like this flying squirrel love the pipes, but the problem is they get in and the walls are smooth. They get trapped, they can't get out. Oh no, now you got a squirrel in the pipe. Well, all we're gonna do, add a little escape rope. So we take our line, we put it in, and then we give it a good old shake. Sometimes need it twice. Boom, you now have an escape rope. When the squirrel gets in, climbs right on out, just like an Olympic spelunker. But this isn't a mammal trap. No, it's a frog trap. So what do you have here? A tree frog, Hyla, Smoliska, Dryophytes, it doesn't matter. You have a frog in the pipe and now you gotta get it out. We're gonna do this in real time, okay? You take the end cap off the bottom and then you take a plunger. You go in right through the bottom, very easy, and boom, your frog comes out the top. But don't stop there. Keep going, light pressure, and then boom, a second frog has come out of the pipe. You take them out, you take some pictures, you take your measurements, but a frog in the hand worth 2 in the pond. So you put them back there. Done. You following me, camera guy? The frog pipe. Every time you look in, you're gonna say, frog!
And this does it all. This pipe here is amazing.
So many frogs with these things, even some jumping spiders.
These frog tubes
are the best frog tubes I've ever had.
You're already spending thousands of dollars on expensive frog traps. The FrogPipe is $19.95 for 4 pipes. That's 1 for the pond, 1 for the field, and 2 for the swamp. But if you subscribe in the next 20 seconds, you can get an additional 4 pipes for the price of 4. That is 8 pipes for the cost of 8. We can't be doing this all day, but I'm gonna do it for you. It comes with no warranty, and here's how you can order. Salesman. All of our PVC pipes come equipped with an end cap, drain holes 15 centimeters from the bottom, an escape rope for small mammals, and additional holes at top to hang them via a paracord. Now, we already placed 30 pipes around the pond, and we went back and we added escape ropes to all of those. Now we're going to place 60 pipes out in the woods. Why are we actually doing this? Like I said at the top of the video, we are monitoring the biodiversity at the Goldberry Grove, and the PVC pipes are just one tool that we are using to do so. We settled on pipes for a variety of reasons. One, they're pretty cheap to get, and we can install them in a variety of locations. If we ever need to take them down, they're super easy to uninstall. Second, they are a semi-passive type of trap. Whenever there's end caps on the bottom, you should be checking them regularly. However, you can do like what we did and just take the end caps off and, well, not have to check them regularly. And they are a really good tool for education. So of course we want to run in-person workshops where we actually teach people how we sample for frogs using PVC traps. But I'm also uploading lessons to the Learn Adventurously Bio Club and developing a full ecological research course for the lab. Now, we'll be checking these pipes in a few months, so absolutely stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we have multiple projects coming up, such as our Million Mealworms project, further ecological monitoring at the Grove, as well as some very interesting sensor technology that we're developing. Now, lab members got one additional benefit, and it's that they got to see this video and the in-depth update vlogs early. So if you want to check that out, you can join the lab down at the link down below. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I've been advertising to you for like 20 minutes now. It's insane. So these two were the final pipes that we needed to put up for study for today. And what I learned from doing this, we set them up again into 3 different zones. And the 3 different zones were actually really well selected. All of them are riparian in some way, whether that's coming from runoff, creeks, springs, or just where water will collect. But in the first zone, there's a pretty even mix of maples and oaks. In the second zone, it is predominantly maples. We were really struggling to find oaks. And then in this zone, the last zone, it is predominantly oaks. We're struggling to find maples. So whenever we actually do our analysis, or analyses, we'll actually have some really awesome data sets and groupings to compare to one another. So this is a super long-term project. We're gonna be collecting data realistically for years, but hey, you'll see the results first here on the video somewhere, wherever this video ends up. So want to let you know that I'm very, very excited for this study. So, see ya.